like and subscribe. I told you all in previous videos that Israel didn't have a chance of winning this war. They have lost this war. All they have been killing are civilians, 20,000 civilians. Now they are backing up out of Gaza. But they're still doing what? Dropping bombs on civilians. But they're not doing that now. Now they're looking for a way to get out of this. And Netanyahu, he wants to relocate them somewhere else. Understand this. These people are not Jews, and they're not Ashkenazi Jews. They are Khazars. And every place they go, they try to take over and do the same thing. Now they're being kicked out of Israel. They're getting kicked out. And Hamas, Hamas, and the Houthis, they want them out. Out. And guess what? The Europeans don't want them. America don't want them either. And they're trying to move them all out somewhere else. But see, the Europeans don't want them because they know when they get them in there, they're going to try to take over the country. The United States, even though you may think that Netanyahu has a lot of power in the United States don't want them here either. That's why Biden has been taking in all these immigrants from South America. He's taking in these immigrants from South America who he can control. Khazars, they bombed the USS Liberty. We couldn't keep them in control. Instead of having a two-country solution in Israel, they wanted to take over the country. They wanted to totally wipe them out. They weren't satisfied with just being in control. They wanted to wipe them out. And this has been the Khazars' playbook since the beginning of time. They get into a place, they take it over. They found our religion, not our religion, but they found our ethnicity, Jews, and then they started Judaism. And now all of a sudden, they're the Jews and we're not. But guess what? They won't take it's illegal for them to take DNA tests. Why? Because they are not Jews. They are converts to Judaism. Now what they're trying to do is make converts to Judaism Jews and say that DNA has nothing to do with anything. But it has everything to do with everything, because to be a Jew is to be a Jew by blood. And I believe, I can't prove it, that Biden is letting in all these immigrants to prevent having the Khazars come here from Israel, because Netanyahu is trying to find a place to put them. And one thing is for sure, my opinion, they are like you'll be letting in parasites, because they're going to try to take over wherever they go, wherever they land. And Europe does not want them. They are Caucasians, and Europe doesn't want them. Europe does not want them. The United States don't want them. Didn't want them in 1948. Didn't want them in 1948 and sent them and put them in Palestine. Now they're trying to figure a worm a way into Africa. And Africa is not going to have it. Africa is not having it. Because Netanyahu done hinted about Africa. And they're like, nobody wants them. They were put in Palestine, and what did they do? They occupy over 90% of Palestine, and they're making the Palestine seem like the bad guys for trying to keep their home. They have moved settlers into those people's homes, didn't even take the furniture out. Just pushed the people out, brought in settlers, and put them into their home. The same way the United States did Native Americans. And then said that they were living in little teepees when they had towns and cities. Like I said, personally, my thing is with Africa, I'll say Ramaphosa, the president of South Africa, he's filing a lawsuit with the ICJ, International Court of Justice, to prosecute Israelis, Khazars, and everyone and all of their enablers for crimes against the Palestinians. And he's also filing a lawsuit for reparations for countries that have been colonized and have taken, and for the people that have been enslaved. So myself, I am a prisoner of America. Who do I think? Am I African American? No. I am a Hebrew Israelite from Africa. I am a Hebrew Israelite from Africa and a prisoner of the United States. And when I am paid reparations, then I'm out of here. Then I am out of here. But reparations is coming. They're coming. And understand this. The United States was defeated in Afghanistan. That's why we left Afghanistan, because we was defeated in Afghanistan the same way we were defeated in Vietnam. And now we have a proxy war that was going on in Ukraine. That's over with. Ukraine has been damaged. And now Ukraine is talking about asking Africa to send men over to be farmers. No, they want them to come over, and they want to put military uniforms on them and put guns in their hands and have them fight for Ukraine. And if you paid attention, you know that Ukraine is racist and tried to lock the black college students in Ukraine and refused to let them. They had to just about, instead of get on trains, they had to walk. They had to walk to get out of there. And then Africa had to send in planes to get them out of there. Then when the African countries went to Ukraine to try to work out a peace settlement with Ukraine and Russia, Zelensky treated them like a dog. Treated them like a dog and sent them packing. And they went there to help him. Now he's going to Africa asking for help. Arrogant racist. Arrogant racist. Arrogant racist. And I mean that. Do I hate all Caucasians? No, because not all Caucasians are racist. Some fought for my freedom during the Civil War. Some fought and died for civil rights and voting rights. But for me, good that they did that. I appreciate them doing that. But if it weren't, but they should have stopped their people from doing what they were doing when it first started. So all they're doing is repairing the damage that their people done. So I'm not getting, thank goodness they found God. Okay? And that's the way I look at that. But I'm not going to carry hate in my heart, because all it's going to do is poison me. But the reality of the situation, I want to be left alone by them. I want them to leave me alone. Africa is on the upturn. BRICS controls 81% of the world's oil now. They are coming up with a new international currency to replace the dollar, which is a good thing, because now the United States won't be able to put sanctions on them. United States won't be able to put sanctions on them. See, that's how sanctions is used. These people have money in these international banks that are ran by Europe and America. So if you want to do trade with countries, you have to use the money in their banks. But then they freeze your money and they only allow you to spend so much of your money. And if you say, I need money for this or that, then the United States says, no, 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 no. You might spend the money on terrorists. But it's their money. That's like you put your money in the bank and you need to take money out to buy food and stuff for your family. And the United States say, no, 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 no. You can only take out so much. But my family is going to starve. No, you might use the money for drugs or something. And they did the same thing with African countries, talking about if you don't allow gay marriages, then we're going to sanction you. What right does the United States have to force countries in Africa to allow same-sex marriages when it's not something that they believe in? You see, when BRICS come out and they're coming out with a new currency, then you don't have to worry about sanctions. People telling you what to do with your money. Your money becomes your money when they come up with that new money, when they come up with the new money that will be used for goods and trades and services. I'm covering a lot of ground this evening, but I want to also say that any African country that does business with the United States and business with Europe, exclude Russia, are out of their minds. Because you didn't get, and because common sense tells you, you've been dealing with them for 200, 300 years, and the contracts that you have signed with them have done nothing for you. They have done nothing for you, but left you poor. Left you poor. Niger, with the help of Russia and China, will be processing their own oil. And they will be selling it themselves, not some American corporation buying it from them for 10 cents or, I don't know, 20, 30 cents a barrel, and then selling it for $10, $80 a barrel, whatever it is. Those figures aren't correct. But I will tell you this. What they're getting is a 10-to-1 deal. And then they also have to pay taxes on that. Then there's always cost overruns that comes out of the money that Africa is supposed to be getting. That's why Africa is not poor, because Africa is poor because of Europeans, because of colonization. That's why England said, forget slavery, because then we'll have to take care of them. We'll just colonize them there and let them do all the work and take it all home with us without bringing them back to Britain. But then World War II, they needed workers, so they imported black men to Britain to work. But this is going into a lot. I'm getting into a lot, but my main point is that Africans and African Americans, we need to get away from Caucasians as quick as we can. We should only vote for reparations. It doesn't matter who becomes president. We've had Republican presidents, Democratic president. We have all the houses have been Republican at one time. All the houses have been Democrats at one time. And what have we got for it? Nothing. If you expect change doing the same thing, then you're a fool. Because you're not going to get change doing the same thing. And for me, thank God for Russia. Thank God for China, because they are doing business respectfully. They are doing business respectfully. A person can be a racist. I don't care. But if you're going to do business with me, do business with me respectfully. I don't have to live next door to you. But do business with me respectfully. And this bully stuff that the United States is doing, going back to the beginning, the United States is a paper tiger. A paper tiger. Lost the Vietnam War, Afghan, Ukraine, and Israel. Lost them all. The paper tiger has been found out. Like and subscribe. Got any comments or questions? Leave them, and I get to it. But I know I covered a lot of stuff in this post. But this is just stuff that hit me real quick. I was reading as well as studying some things, and there was no plan to make this post. But anyway, like and subscribe if you're feeling what I'm saying.